What up, y'all? It's your man, Mr. Mar Sharp, Shortman Filmworks, in the building. All right. So I want to say Happy New Year to everybody that's out there. I hope you brought in 2026 in the way that you wanted to bring in 2026. I hope you left 2025 in the way that you want to leave 2025. And I hope that you have one of the best years of your life. All right. So for those of y'all who's been subscribed to the channel, those of y'all who's been following me and been keeping up with these videos that I've been making, I'm looking to do something a little bit different right now, where I want to branch off a little bit from my motivational Mondays, and I want to kind of do something monthly where I give y'all a little bit more of what I've been doing for motivational Mondays. As I said, with my motivational Mondays are little small messages that I leave for perk me ups to get you through your week if you're having a bad week, or something to get you going, something to get you started, and something for you to look forward to. Just a little message to keep on keeping on, all right? Because we all have moments where we might feel down and we need somebody to perk us up. And I don't want to say need somebody to perk us up, but we want to feel like that we're not alone in this thing called life. Because you can feel like you're going through a lot of things and you can feel like you're by yourself. And I want to provide a voice to let you guys know that, hey, look, whatever I'm going through, somebody out there is experiencing the same thing. So what I want to do is I want to do kind of like a little bit of a longer message, so to say. The message I want to give to y'all is life will move on you. And if you don't move on life, it will continue to beat your ass up. You know what I mean? And this is something I heard with Les Brown. I listened to a lot of Les Brown. I've been listening to Les Brown, man. I've been listening to Les Brown for almost a decade now. I've been listening to Les Brown for almost 10 years. I remember when I first started listening to motivational videos was back in April of 2016. I'm about to say 2015. No, it was 2016. It was April of 2016 when I first started listening to motivational videos, and Les Brown was one of the first ones I started getting into. And I hear he has one particular video where he talks about, if you don't move on life, then life will move on you. All right. And what I've realized in this span of 10 years, that he's not lying. He's not lying, man. When you don't make an active decision in your life, when you're kind of lean back and you kind of just let things happen to you without you really being an active force in your life. I talk about my motivational videos. If you're not being an active force in your life, then life will move on you. There are things in life that's going to happen to you where you feel like, why does this keep happening to me? Why does these things keep on going down? Why does this have to keep happening to me? And from what I've experienced, if you don't do the things that's necessary, if you don't make the decisions that's necessary, if you don't do what your spirit is telling you to do, then life will move on you. Life has a way of slapping you in your face and saying to you, okay, you don't want to move and do what it is that you're supposed to do. Okay, I got something else for your ass. Okay, if you don't move on your purpose, if you don't move on the ideas that you have inside of your head, because we all are creative beings. We all are creative beings. We all have something that we do well. No matter what it is, we all have something that we do well. And if you're not fulfilling whatever it is that you want to do, life has a way of kicking you in your behind, kicking you in your back, telling you to move on and do what it is that you do what it is that you got to do. I'll use myself as an example. I've been on many jobs. I've been in many jobs from the moment I graduated from college. I have been in so many different areas and taking on so many different tasks. And as I've gotten into my 40s, my dream has really been knocking on the door. This is the reason why I'm doing this channel right here. So things that I want to do with my dreams and writing my books, which I'm a self-published author as well. So in the event of me doing this stuff, I've had many moments where life was just whooping my ass. Life was telling me like, listen, man, you need to do this, you need to do that, and I didn't want to listen. I didn't want to listen. I'm being hard-headed. I'm looking for the easy way out, which is just do what you're doing. You paying your bills. You handling what you got to do. Just do what it is. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you ain't got to worry about what's going on. But inside of me, there was something inside of me that was still bubbling. There was something inside of me that was always saying, nah, man, you're more than this. You more than this. You know you want more. But there was something in me that made me stay still. And it made me stay still. It made me be like, okay, there got to be something else to this. I just don't know what to do. And a lot of times when you don't know what to do, life will give you a nice little nudge. It will give you a nudge. It will make situations in life will happen that will make your life hell. It will make your life hell and make you be like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's happening. You know, it was straight 1 minute, and then the next minute it's whooping my ass. It's beating the shit out of me. But from my experience, what I've learned is that there is always something inside of you that's telling you, hey, you're going through this because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You know, and hearing that when I always heard that from Les Brown, I really didn't realize it until I started seeing it happen in my own life. And when I started seeing it happen in my own life, it was like, okay, listen, you got to start getting active on whatever it is that you want to do. I ain't going to say whatever it is you want to do. You got to start getting active on what it is that you know you need to do, you know, and stop wondering and worrying about how it's going to happen. You just got to move. And I've noticed that when I just move, the ideas come. It comes to me. They come to me. They speak to me, and they say, okay, well, you know, move this way, move that way. And as I continue to move, then I keep on moving. You know what I mean? And I get that because I say, okay, I don't want the things that's going on in my life to keep on beating me up, you know, because life will beat you up. It will beat you up, and it has a way of saying, okay, you don't want to move on what you want to do. All right, I'm gonna make it hard for you, and it's weird. It's a weird feeling, man. It's a weird feeling of being like, okay, life is moving on me in a way that I never thought life would move on me. You know, nobody told you this when you was growing up. No, nobody told you that it would be like this when you grew up. You know what I mean? And I think when you grew up, when you was younger, nobody told you it was going to be like this. And I think probably if somebody told us it was going to be like this, I don't even know how we would have handled it as a child. You know what I'm saying? But it comes with experience, man. It comes with experience, and it's like, okay, this is what's going on and this is what's happening. So as I went into my 40s, I started being like, okay, I got these stories that I've written that I've been sitting on for years, sitting on since my teenage years, and all these ideas and all these different things that I wanted to do. Wanted to do them as screenplays. Originally wanted to do them as novels with my books. Originally wanted to do them as novels. And then I said, okay, well, I want to do screenplays, which I still have that affinity in me to do screenplays. And I'm not going to stop. I'm always going to find out how to get that done. You know, but now I'm like, okay, let's go back to the novel phase. And I started doing novels, and I got on Amazon, and I started self-publishing my books. And since I self-published my books, it's like it gives me that feeling of accomplishment of like, hey, I did this. I wrote this. I put the time in. I put the energy in to do what it is that I needed to do. And now that I'm out here in my 40s, pursuing it and pushing it the way I want to push it, it gives me that feeling where life ain't on my ass as much as it used to be. Now, is that to say that life ain't on my ass? Life is still on my ass because there's a lot of other things that I want to do as well. And once again, when life keeps talking to me like that, I say, okay, there's more that I need to do. There's something I gotta keep on digging for. There's more than my purpose. I'm not just my job. I'm not just this mediocre stuff that I'm going through. You know what I mean? I'm more than that, and I know I'm more than that. You know, so life continuously keeps giving me a reminder like, hey, when you get lazy, when you get complacent, when you get comfortable, I'm coming after you. I'm going to give you that nice little nudge that you need, and I'm going to give you a nudge that you don't like. And I'm gonna give you a nudge that you don't like that's gonna make you move. In a way, I'm gonna put that fire up underneath your ass so you can get to moving. You know what I mean? And it has. It has, man. Since I've been hitting these 40s, man, Life has been putting that flame right up underneath my seat, making me get up and say, "Oh, okay, well, I'm getting lazy. Let me get up and move because there's something else out here for me that I got to do." And it talks to your spirit, man. And I feel like I'm not the only one going through this. I feel like I'm not the only one that life is kicking in the face. That or life has kicked in the face and made them get that wake up call that says, okay, there's more to you than what you're doing. This is not your end. You know what I mean? Because I had a couple moments where I felt like, this might be this might be all it is. But that spirit kept bubbling. Whatever was in my spirit, the things that I wanted to do was still in my spirit, and it was like saying, this ain't all you. This ain't just what you're gonna do for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? And like I said, that flame, life would be like, okay, you comfortable? You think this is it? Let me put this flame up underneath you and get you moving, and right? And it gets you moving. So I'm here to say that you gotta understand life will move on you, and you're not the only one going through it. You're not the only one going through it. So be of good courage, man. Be courageous. Be courageous. Be strong, man. You're gonna have fear. Fear is gonna come. It's gonna creep into you. You know what I mean? But you cannot let that fear stop you from doing what it is. Doing what it is that you need to do. And if you are letting the fear stop you, like I said, life has a way of pushing you. And I know there's people out here. That you listening to my voice right now. And I know y'all like, you know what? He's got a point. I've been going through a lot of things, and I've had my spirit tell me I need to do this, but I'm comfortable doing this one thing, and life just keep beating me in the face, man. It just keeps punching me in the gut, and I don't know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do. You just gotta get up and do it. You know what I mean? So just remember that, man. If you don't move on life, man, life will move on you. And I'm grateful for hearing that from Les Brown, because I probably would have been the same way if I didn't listen to that video, and I still listen to that video to this day. If I didn't hear that video, it probably would have made me be like, I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know what's going on in this life. Why things are starting to be so rough and starting to be so hard right now. But I'm always reminded of that video when things are starting to shift, or I'm getting too comfortable, and life is starting to give me a little tap on the shoulder like, all right, bro, you better get it together. I always think about that video when he says, hey, if you don't move on life, life will move on you. So just remember that, guys, that I don't want life to move on y'all. And if life is moving on y'all, you gotta remember there's always a way to change, man. You can always change your situation. You don't have to remain the same. You can always change your situation, all right? So just remember that. You can always change your situation, that you don't have to remain the same, and you don't have to keep on being the same individual, especially if you want to change, all right? So, like I said, I'm giving this a shot, and I'm seeing where it's going to go. I'm going to do this monthly. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but I'm just going to put it out there, and I'm going to see where it goes. As I said, man, this is a proof in the pudding that say, hey, look, this is what I want to do. Let me give it a shot, man. Take the courage and give it a shot, all right? So, with that being said, y'all take care and be prosperous and go after what y'all want to go after, all right?